Hello, in this video I'm going to demonstrate an exciting new feature of AvalancheNEXT, and that is the ability to custom craft your own protocols and import them into the local test cloud database for testing. Now, if you think about advanced testing, right, you want to have complete control over every single knob of the protocol between the client and the exchange so that it can match my actual specific test case to see, for example, if I can trip a user agent string flag inside of my security module inside of my firewall. So, and of course, AvalancheNEXT is known for flexibility in terms of controlling protocols. So what I'm going to show you is how to actually make that change and import it back into the test cloud. So the way that we do this is we start with our muscle code. And muscle code is basically a description language. It's a meta description language that describes protocol exchanges between clients and servers, or host to host in the case of, let's say, BitTorrent or P2P traffic. So here, for example, I've got a 4-tube test, and I want to make a modification. So in my test case, my firewall is going to be looking for a user agent string that's invalid, right? So I have a firewall rule that's set up. And what I want to do is I want to come over here and make a change. So I want to go ahead and edit this to an invalid response. In this case, a Mozilla 6.11. There is no Mozilla 6.11 user agent, by the way. And I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I've named this 4tube underscore spirant underscore variant. So as you can see here, I have complete control over every exchange between the client and server. It is the ultimate in flexibility for testing those advanced features inside of your device under test. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to come back over to AvalancheNEXT, come over to Library, and I'm going to use the Upload Scenario option here. And I'm going to go ahead and name this 4tube spirant variant. And I'll go ahead and give it a description. And I can, of course, put it under the appropriate category. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and browse for this. And import. Now what I can do is I can now view my call flow. And one interesting note about Muscle is that you can see it's not just one client to one server, it's multi-nodal, right? So here's an example of where you see multi-nodes in play. Right. So you can have extremely advanced exchanges that can potentially trip flags inside of the device under test. So when I'm happy with this, I go ahead and just close this. I can go ahead and upload more, and in fact, each one of my scenarios here can be up to 50 megs in length. And when I upload more, then they'll upload as individual files. So now what I need to do is I need to come over and just re-index my database. Okay, now that we have re-indexed our traffic, you can see our 4tube underscore spirant underscore variant protocol has now been added to the database, and our count has now gone up, of course. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and build a test using this new protocol. Again, that under Communications folder, we're going to come down to Profile Builder, under Apps, under App Scenarios, under Communications here, and what I'm going to do is pick my 4tube spirant variant, add this, and go ahead and save this. And I'll go ahead and give it a name. And now that shows up here in my local database. So what I'm going to do is go back to the main screen here. And I'm going to go over to the throughput with mixed apps and protocols. Now, one of the great things about creating your own protocols is they are socialized with other users on the system. So once you create it, other users do have access then to your new protocol for efficiency reasons. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my new protocol and I'm going to drag and drop it onto the chart here, And if I wanted to, I could go ahead and edit by clicking here, edit the percentages that I want for each one. Now what I need to do is just go ahead and assign subnets to each side and assign them to ports. Okay. If I wanted to, I could change my load specification and my pass-fail criteria. And now I simply run my test. We can start to see that traffic is being generated here. And now we can look at application transaction times, protocol throughputs, packets per second, and individual protocol perspectives down here, including our 4-tube variant. So what have we done? What we've done is we've given you the ability to custom write your own protocols or make variants of existing protocols down to the individual field, bit level, byte level, of the protocol. You can then take that, import that back into AvalancheNEXT, and then build an emix that allows you to test that alongside of other protocols across the device. And then you can measure whether or not the device is detecting the anomaly, or if you're getting the appropriate performance across the device and so forth. So this is custom protocols inside of AvalancheNEXT.